Hello, it's raining and I'm at Dunkirk. Not the famous Dunkirk where they saved a bunch of Allied soldiers in World War II, but at another Dunkirk that's much less famous, at the Mill Pond. Why am I out here? Because it's raining? Well, right now might be the best time to catch a big gato fish. You gotta do it if you're after the big fish. But let's talk about crypto. There's a lot of hopium that needs to be said because we are down in the dumps these days with crypto and especially alts being devastated. So I'm bringing you some hopium. Will this hopium actually amount to anything? Most likely not, but it's good to have it anyways. What is this hopium? Well, FTX has major repayments happening May the 20th. Yes, I know it's almost 2 months away, but there's something good to actually look forward to this time and not something just bad all the time. Now, these aren't your regular repayments to peon investors. These are the fat cats. You know how much it is? $11.4 billion. And in a survey of FTX investors, they actually said about 50% of that money should come back into crypto. Now, do I think in this market people are going to be rushing to buy, especially the sell in May and go away folks? Not on your life, but they might come back in later. And even if 10% of that money, $1 billion, all of a sudden rushes into Bitcoin or crypto, that could give us a boost to get us out of the sell in May and go away melancholy. But we don't really know if that's going to happen because people might just be holding their money back to buy at a later time, because these are the big investors and they probably do study market dynamics. They see what's happening on Wall Street, they see these tariffs, and they might not be willing to buy, but at least if some of them, a little bit of them, are willing to buy, it may definitely help with the situation we're in right now, because right now people are already selling. If more people sell in May and go away, then we could be in for a giant drop. But if we get a rush of just 1 billion out of the $11 billion, it might actually save us. And that's where the hopium comes from. I still think we're going lower this summer, but maybe this will give us a little bit of a boost in May and over the summer. And maybe, after we bottom out in June or July, this will help us come back further, because some of those FTX people are going to get back into crypto. However, the $11.4 billion is roughly about 25% of the market value of what their Bitcoin is going to be worth. So some of them might just be a little bit pissed off that they lost a lot of money. Essentially, they lost out of market value like $40 billion, but FTX doesn't really have that much money, so there's not much that FTX can actually do. So that's kind of the hopium that we have. $11.4 billion coming back in May 20th. Hopefully some of that goes directly into crypto. I'm going to get back to fishing, and I will see you guys later.